Hello, hello. Welcome to this episode of the Rogers Radio Podcast. I am your host, Alyssa Rogers. And, every episode I say I'm so excited about the guest that we have. But today is an extra special day because we have a guest that has come all the way from Alabama.
Oh, yeah.
Millions of followers, millions of views, TikTok sensation, Trent Parker, a.k.a. Mr. Fat Cheeto.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
I'm so excited to have you here today.
Hey, I'm happy to be here at Rogers. Y'all had called me in, I know, to get some technical advice on some installs, and that's why I'm here, so.
That's right. And I can't wait for you to do that when we leave here today. It is going to be the best day ever.
I am excited, though. I feel honored. Y'all have made me feel like, y'all welcomed me like a king coming through the door greeting me, and the drinks and the gifts and everything. It's beautiful, and y'all gave me, it's just, wow. I feel honored right now, seriously.
Well, you are a celebrity at Rogers. We have a group chat here at Rogers, and we, send fun pictures and job site pictures and all the stuff. And you are a regular in the group chat. All of your videos are a regular. And it's just really cool to be sitting across from you today.
It's really cool, and it's really mind-blowing for me because I never pictured this when I first started this. And I'm sure we'll get more into that, but it's just, I don't know. Like I was telling them earlier, I have such a big heart that I almost want to tear up just thinking that. It just means so much to me, so I appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate having you here, and I do want to get to know you better because we've met for the first time today.
Yes.
I think we're like an hour in, and so I really want to know Trent Parker and kind of your background and what led you to doing what you're doing today.
Well, it all started on a winter night on October 25th, 1984. Away in a manger.
There's going to be a lot of laughs in this podcast for all the listeners. You're in for a treat.
I'll just kind of give you a rundown. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, home of the Crimson Tide, which I never even went to a game, so I don't even know why I mentioned Crimson Tide, but I have my beautiful wife, Lisa. She's with me, but she'll be here later, and we have together a family of 6, 2 boys, 2 girls. Mm-hmm. But it all started, me and her got married December 10th of 21, actually. So we haven't been married very long. And she has 2 older kids that were, at the time, 17 and 15 or whatever. And the daughter, she really took up with me, the older daughter, and she wanted to make, funny videos on TikTok, too. And I was like, yeah, I like to do that. And I said, hey, you want to make a viral video? I said, I know how to do it.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay. I said, look, I'm going to ride on the hood of the truck. And you drive, and I'll be banging on the window. And, the rest was history, basically. I flew off the truck.
Yeah.
The video only got 100 views.
Yeah.
So it didn't even go viral. Uh-huh. And I broke my elbow and my ankle.
Oh my gosh.
And you know what? I still don't even hardly get views on that video. Yeah, I even reposted it. Yeah, I know. Share it, please. Yeah. Listeners, please help me. And so my wife was, of course, upset that this happened, and I get it. She's like, look, if you want to make funny videos or anything, be yourself.
Right.
I was like, you know what? You're right. I was like, I kind of enjoy it, so I want to make more. She's like, well, stop doing all this goofiness and be yourself. So I started making the HVAC comedy, and the way I got that is just the last 16 years I've been in the trade, and I've just seen so many wacky things. I'm like, okay, be myself. So I just started putting that towards my videos, and I went from 100 views on that to, 100,000, 400,000, and now I'm up to 9 million on some, in just a couple of hours or days I've gotten that, just being a complete moron. And it's led me to here.
Yeah.
I was telling them earlier that I've been to, never traveled as a child or anything, but on vacations.
Yeah.
And since January, I think I've flown almost 20 times.
Wow.
Just been west several times, you know, here, there, everywhere, really. Went to Las Vegas twice in basically a week.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just, I don't know.
It's amazing.
It is. This really is.
It's like it can really happen. And it sounds like, you know, you went into it and you're like, okay, I'm going to try to make this viral video.
Right.
And then it didn't work out. And then you started being yourself. And it's like, you know what? Like, I'm actually really good at this when I am myself.
Right. Yeah.
And that's when it hits.
Yeah, it really is. I just put, like, just stop, not say stop trying, but just stop overly thinking things and just, like, letting my natural self come out. But I've always done kind of goofy stuff my whole life. Back when we had VHS tapes and stuff, I would make goofy videos. I would hate to go back and watch those.
You gotta find them.
Yeah, I know. Kind of nervous about that. But I'm blessed. God's really blessed me in this. And, you know, really hoping that I can be a light to others and bless others and help people.
You're doing that. You're doing that through laughter, through smiles. You know, you're in so many homes now. Millions. I mean, millions with an M.
Yeah.
Millions.
Yes.
Of views.
Yes.
That is really great. And you're a very humble guy. I get that. And it's just like, you know, exudes off of you. Just that humbleness and positivity.
Right.
And so do you feel like those are the characteristics that have kind of gotten you to where you are today?
Yes. I've never been a big bragger or think I'm better than anybody. I can sit down and eat with somebody that don't have nothing. I'm not above anybody. I'm not, you know. And I'm not putting myself down. That's just how I look at things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's
like you're just a really nice guy, and I'm excited to go through the day and get to know you better and surprise some team members.
Oh yeah, yeah. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, and you know, you mentioned how you were in the field doing HVAC. And then you decided that you were going to take a leap of faith and you were just going to go for it and become an influencer.
Yes.
So you are a full-time influencer now.
Full-time. I went to California as supposed to be going to an event. I walked into this event in California, Jason Walker's event. You know Jason, right?
Yeah, so Jason Walker, we're like avid listeners of the podcast, Masters of the Hustle, so shout out.
Jason Walker.
To Jason.
So I went to this event and I didn't realize how much I'd really blown up until I went out there and everybody knew me. And I was like, wow. Well, I got back home and I guess everybody seen that I went to California and they thought I was, I guess, Mr. Hollywood or something. And then it just blew up even more. And then the phone starts ringing. You know, we want you here. We want you there. Can you come to Las Vegas? I guess. Well, my boss that I had, I wouldn't say he's a boss. He was a friend. Yeah, he's a friend. I'd take the boss back. He wasn't a boss. As a matter of fact, I went and visited him yesterday to tell him I was coming here. Yeah. That's how, and I brought, you know. Anyways, I told him what was going on. He said, look, go do it. You know. He's like, hey, doors always unlocked for you. Right. Parking lot, whatever, you come back. But, hey, go take this opportunity and, you know, see where it leads you. If not, you'll regret it. I said, okay. He said, can you afford it? You know, of course, I'm going to talk about my wife. She was nervous, of course, because this is not normal. You know what I mean? It's really not. Yeah. And she was like, okay, I don't know, but let's go with it. And, you know, the Lord's blessed me since day one in it. And I haven't, I mean, every once in a while, it's like, is this going to, but no, it's been so far really a blessing, really good. So.
What is it like to be an influencer? Because it's not easy. People think that it's just taking some videos and posting them. Like, that is a job. Being an influencer is a job.
Yes, it is a job. Believe it or not, I probably do more hours in work
Yes.
doing this than I do at because I got to schedule things. I travel a lot now. Uh, I have to film things, and it's not all one take, and I make it look, all right, I got to edit it, talk to people, reply back because you want to stay engaged. And then if I do a video this is where the real anxiety comes. When I have to do an actual real video for like a company, say if it was for y'all, I want it to be funny and I want it to be great. So I stress. That is probably the most stressful part of the job because I'm like, what if they don't like it? You know, well, what would I do if they don't like it? I mean, I hadn't ran into that. But that's probably, it takes a lot of time. A lot of people like, oh, I bet you do whatever you want to during the day, sleep in.
Right.
Like, no, I get up. Let me tell you how my day kind of starts.
Yes, please tell me a day in the life.
I wake up at 6 o'clock. I lay in the bed till about 6:15 talking to my wife and telling about how the day is. I get up, get the kids, tell them, hey, y'all need to get up. And then I make my wife's coffee and then make her a little drink. And then when she leaves, I walk out there, open the door for her, and I buckle her in every morning.
That is so sweet.
So, yeah, I'm able to do that. Yeah. So I buckle her in, and then I usually go in and sit on the couch and flip through Facebook, all that stuff. And then I just, whatever happens throughout the day, then I come up with. But speaking of sweet, just want to say this. Yeah. I'm crazy about my wife.
I can tell. I love this.
Oh, yeah. I love my wife.
And she seems 100%. Like a huge supporter of you.
She is. She really is.
That makes a big difference.
Honey, even though you're at the hotel resting right now, you're a huge supporter. No, she really is. She goes anywhere with me. And she loves me, and I love her. Yeah, she's my best friend. Absolutely. Yeah.
That's amazing. And, I know that she's featured in some of your videos and in your content and your kids. Yes. Which is really cool. I'm sure it's really cool for them to see the progression of everything and how it's all panning out right now. And are they excited about it? What do they think about you having millions of views on everything?
Well, the real younger kids are sure enough because they're like, they're in elementary and middle school, so they're like, whoa, that's a big deal. I'm like, really? They're like, oh yeah, you're a big deal, Dad. You're a celebrity. I'm like, oh, well, I don't know about that. I'm your dad. And so it's cool. And I didn't tell them. The older kids knew, but my younger kids didn't know. I didn't tell them right off the bat that I left my job. Right. Because I don't know. I guess I was a little nervous about telling them. I didn't want to be embarrassed, I guess, if it didn't work out. So I gave it a little time. I'm like, oh, so by the way, I'm doing this full time. They're like, what? Yeah. So.
That's cool. So you create content all the time.
Yes.
If you could have anyone featured in some of your content, like who would be your celebrity guest feature? Who would you love to have?
Ric Flair.
Ric Flair. Woo! Let's go.
Ric Flair, 100% Ric Flair.
So fun.
Yeah, I know. That's a weird random thing. He has nothing to do with HVAC.
Doesn't have to.
But I don't know. I just always y'all remember Ric Flair back in the day. He was full of life. Yes. And his interviews are absolutely and just insane. So yeah, probably Ric Flair. That would be. That's a great question, but 100% Ric Flair.
Okay, all right, that would be cool. Millions, and I keep going back to millions of views because this is not an easy thing. Just like you said that you created a video and had 100 views. Right. And some people, they only get 100 views. And I want to know, what does it feel like to you when you post a video now or anything and you have millions of views within days? How does that feel for you to know you are in that many, you're becoming a household name in America and beyond? That's huge.
Yeah. Let's just say I used to go to a lot of concerts back in the day, and I always wanted to try to figure out how many people were there, like, 80,000,
Yeah.
100,000.
Like, how did they fill this?
Like, yeah, and then I like compare it to that. I'm like, wow, I just entertained way more than that one concert than one, like, say, Hank Williams Jr. did or something like that in one night. It's weird. I don't know. So yeah, it's weird. I know it's different, but yes, it is weird. I'm like, I wonder who saw me too. I'm like, I wonder if any celebrities saw me.
Right.
I'm like, I wonder, like, who are the people watching this? I kind of got an idea who's watching it. Yeah. Did y'all hear a banjo? But no, I cracked myself up with that. Yes, it is strange to me. Sometimes it's hard to comprehend that.
Right.
Especially like the other day, I posted a video I made a while back, and I finally posted it, and I think in like 2 days, it's up to like, or 3, I can't remember. It was like up to 6.8 million.
Wow.
Just like, wow.
6.8 million. That's a lot of people.
Yes, it is. It's a whole lot of people. I'm like, hey, why don't y'all all donate $1? Just $1. It'd be like Bill DeLorean. I don't know if y'all remember Bill DeLorean got on TV and asked everybody for $1 or something like that.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm like, hey, so I need to do a video like donate $1, please.
We can make that happen today.
Yes.
Yeah. That's really cool. I mean, it just we're all about opportunity at Rogers and creating opportunities for every team member that is here. And it's just really fascinating to me that you're able to still be in the trades in a much different way. And I just think that is so great. And it's so great for people to see and to hear and to know that there are so many opportunities out there in the trades, and it doesn't necessarily always mean that you're going to be in attics and crawl spaces and on rooftops. Now, you can start there, but the opportunities are endless to do whatever you want.
Oh, right. I mean, how about this? Did he ever think that he would be doing his job after being an electrician?
Yeah, I know. Kenny, our amazing videographer.
When they told me that, when I walked in the doors, one person was like, he's our videographer. I was like, come again?
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, that's really cool.
Yes.
I mean, very cool. I mean,
this is the way it's going, right? You got to put the content out there, and being able. It was a huge honor for us here at Rogers to have Kenny, still be able to be involved in the trades and do what he loves.
Right, absolutely.
And he's still contributing greatly.
See, I've always. I love the HVAC industry. Yeah. I love the trades industry. It's not just HVAC. I love it all. Right. But I'm on the side that it's something I have a passion for. I've always, even when I was at work, I love making people laugh during the day. Or somebody's having if I work with somebody that's having a bad day, I wouldn't just down them or anything like, oh, you need to get it up. Like, hey, what's going on with you?
Right.
I try to be that person.
And that's helped get you to where you are today. That's who you are at the core, Right.
I feel like it has. I try to stay positive. I really do.
Well, what lesson have you learned along the way, whether it be before influencing, now that you're influencing, that you take with you every day and helps you do what you do now?
What lesson have I learned? Biggest lesson is to be myself.
Yes. And you talked a lot about that first thing here, about how your wife was a huge factor in that.
Absolutely. So I guess I'll go back to saying definitely be myself, and don't forget where I came from. I don't know how y'all believe or here, but I believe y'all Christian people. I believe definitely putting God first in anything that you do, and that's another thing that's been successful in what I do. I'm real big into like church and things.
Absolutely.
Right. And not using any kind of like profanity and stuff. I don't use stuff like that. I learned, well, I didn't do it, but you limit your audience and things.
Yeah.
When you start bringing in like just nastiness is what I call it. So.
Well, I will attest to that because we were watching some of your videos in the office this week, and our daughter was here,
Right.
Riley, and she was sitting in a chair in the call center, and she was watching your videos. And when we stopped, she said, "I want to keep watching. Can we keep watching them?" And it's so cool to be able to, have her in here and be able to watch your content and know that there's nothing to worry about, and that she can laugh with us.
Right, yeah, I don't...
And she's 4, so...
I think the roughest I ever got on a video was, I had the one about the buying tools from a crackhead. But, that was probably about the roughest I got, so...
No, it's really great. And, you are crushing it out there. So I want to know what your current goals are. What are you looking to do next and continue to do? My
current goals is to branch out. Y'all remember Ernest? I'm sure everybody remembers Ernest P. Worrell. He used to make comedy, the movies, Ernest Goes to Camp and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would like to. I started making some commercials for some. I'd like to start like doing commercials, like like for companies. Just being because people. A lot of commercials are like, "Come see us at Home Comfort today," and has the like fake wife. "Oh yes, thank you." People want to see like be like Chuck in the Truck shows up, done knocked all over your dishes over, but here comes the good guy, the real people.
Yes.
Just stuff like that. And I'm starting to, that's really my biggest goal is to start getting more into maybe possibly like, regular TV commercials or stuff like that. So that's really, I guess you would say that'd be my bigger goal right now is trying to work that in my life. So.
Well, Rogers has not been on TV yet.
Right.
So, we may, be reaching out to you to help us with that.
That'd be fine. Like, maybe beat up Jolly,
Yeah, exactly.
on TV.
Well, you're going to be introduced to Jolly in just a little bit.
I can't wait. Y'all might want to break out the old camera for that.
Yeah. It's going to be a fun one.
Yeah.
And so, are you excited about this afternoon?
I am actually extremely excited because this is wonderful to me, and I'm very excited. I hear that we're going to the Raceway.
We are.
I've never been to one, so I'm excited about that. I'm a little nervous about, y'all said something about me getting in a car. I don't know how that's going to turn out.
It's going to turn out great.
I think you're going to have to definitely film me getting in and out of that car. Please make sure you have that. That may be a viral video waiting to happen.
Yeah.
So, and you want to get my wife's reaction too on that because that's going to be But I am actually really excited. Also excited to surprise some employees here. That'd be really great.
Yes. So we're excited to have you. There's a question I ask every time.
Okay.
At the end of every podcast.
Okay.
And then we're going to get into some Mr. Fat Cheeto stuff.
Okay.
But I ask, if you could have dinner with one living person outside of your family, who would it be?
Hank Williams Jr.
Oh, that was so quick. Let's go. Hank Williams Jr. Yes.
Yeah, I love Hank Williams Jr.
Yeah? Your favorite?
Oh, yeah. I love Hank Williams Jr.
Have you seen him?
Which time?
How many times have you seen him?
Probably about 8, 9 times.
Awesome.
Yeah, throughout the years. So, yeah, I love Hank Williams Jr.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great answer.
Yeah. I know that's a weird answer, but...
It's not.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Fat Cheeto.
Oh, yeah.
Let people know, who is Mr. Fat Cheeto?
I am a HVAC genius. Well, I'm some kind of HVAC genius. I got my schooling off of Google, and it's certified Google Tech. And I do something called sweat, purge, and roll. And yeah, that's me, baby.
Yeah. You have an awesome tattoo.
Yeah.
For all of our viewers.
Oh yeah, HVAC, baby. That's where it's at. HVAC paid for it. And I got a zip tie belt. I can't tighten it up too tight. I won't be able to go to the restroom. Yeah, that's me.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah.
And so I want to know I want you to let everyone know where they can find you, how they can view all of your content, get to know Mr. Fat Cheeto more, get to know Trent Parker more. You just plug everything you have right now.
I'll start with YouTube. You can go to YouTube and search Mr. Fat Cheeto. It's at Mr. Fat Cheeto. On TikTok, it's Mr. Fat Cheeto.
Yep.
On Instagram, it's Mr. Fat Cheeto, but fat has 2 T's because somebody had already took Mr. I mean, yeah, I don't know how that happened. I'm like, who are you? I'm suing you. Let's see. Facebook's the tricky one. You have to look up Trent Parker, or you can look up just Mr. Fat Cheeto.
Yeah.
And if you're interested in contacting me, it's my email is Trent84. That's Trent84@gmail.com. And also, what am I forgetting? Oh, I have a website that's I'm about to revamp it. It's basically my store.
Yeah.
Where I sell merchandise and things. It's at MrFatCheeto.com. And I brought y'all some stickers and wristbands today.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So.
Yeah, and you have a podcast.
Oh, yes, I do have a podcast. It's not as good as yours. I keep dropping this thing. But it's called HVAC, Sweat, Purge, and Roll. Basically, I do prank calls.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be doing interviews, but everybody's like, hey, will you prank call so-and-so? I'm like, yeah, sure, I don't care.
Yeah.
So I ended up prank calling
You did.
here. So, but yes, I do different voices, and, I need you to help me pay for everything. I'm going to need reimbursement, or I leave you bad Google review. So, I do different voices and call supply houses, companies, boss, a technician. I did one last week. I called a pizza company.
Yeah.
And I know it has nothing to do with HVAC, but I'm like, hey, there's a technician somewhere that might want to hear a crazy.
Have fun.
Yeah, have fun.
Yeah.
And I keep it clean, and I don't try to take it too far where I actually really make someone mad or anything. I don't want to do that. And then normally at the end, I'm like, hey, are you okay with this? I try to read them, make sure, or I won't post it or anything. Which that's never happened because I don't really take it that far. And I think that's all the plugs that I know.
Well, I can't wait to see how much further you go. I can't wait to see you in those 20 million views, 30 million, 50 million. And I know it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I believe it.
Yes, it's going to happen. And you just keep doing you, being yourself.
Being myself.
Because you are a light. And I just am so excited to have you here today.
Well, y'all y'all hitting the old soft parts. I told them y'all need to quit being nice to me, or y'all gonna make me start tearing up. I get I may be big, but I'm actually pretty solid this side. But yes, thank you very much. Yeah. And it has been so I ain't even got 2 hours in here yet, and y'all just treated me like gold. And I'm looking forward to the rest of the day, 100%. Yes.
Well, thank you for taking time with me today. And
absolutely.
I'm excited for this episode to air and everyone else to get to know you and all of our listeners. So thank you, everyone, for listening to the Rogers Radio podcast. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. I look forward to talking to you next week. Talk to you soon. Bye.